Hello, welcome back to Blacklist Universe and another exciting episode of Mike Fixing Concord. Today we're doing JABALI, or who I call affectionately Space Pimp, because he's got the pimp hat, he's got the pimp trench coat, he's got a pacemaker, he's got sewer boots, rubbers we call them here in America. He's got a gauntlet for some inexplicable reason, and John Lennon glasses. So we're going to try to maintain a few of these, I guess, and turn them into something a little more dynamic. Before we jump into that, allow me 30 seconds to introduce myself. My name is Mike S. Miller, 32-year professional comic book creator, video game concept artist, writer, blah, blah, blah. I'm the creator of multiple intellectual properties, including Imaginaries, Deal with the Devil, Six Gun Samurai, and Lone Star. Available to pre-order at lonestarcomic.com, link in the description below. Our vision here at Blacklist Universe is ultimately to create a multimedia venture to bring quality and ethics back to storytelling. We're tired of the DEI woke agenda ruining every book, comic, game, movie, and TV show, and we're bound and determined to do something about it. If that sounds good to you, then join us by subscribing and maybe even supporting us as a channel member. No one can fight the culture war alone. We're here to fight and to make a difference, and we hope you are too. And one more thing, I do a weekly live stream at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time called Drawn and Quartered, where me and a group of my other professional artist friends get together and draw and chat and have a good time, and we would love for you to join us. Now back to the video. Alright, obviously, again, I want to stay with the basic body type. Seems to have a typical athletic, semi-athletic, just sort of a very normal, average build. I'm not fancying up. I'm changing his hat a little bit, giving it a little bit more shape. I was gonna give him some cool like little braid dreads, but I actually ended up nixing those. Gave him a goatee. Made those glasses a little bit bigger. I don't know what the deal is with them giving people teeny tiny little glasses in this game, but it was annoying. I wanted to do the underdrawing of his outfit first to give that, because I wanted to give him a coat. But I wanted to maintain some futuristic space, future sci-fi sort of an outfit underneath. So even though I did give him a vest, I gave it some sort of, real chunky, graphic, giant zipper looking design. And then here I gave him I opened up his trench coat, gave him more of like a classic 70s pimp trench coat. And then I kind of, sci-fi'd it up just a little bit with the shoulder pads that he already has on the original design. The pacemaker I turned into, it's a pacemaker. I don't know what it is. It looks like a freaking pacemaker. Giant pacemaker on the outside of my outfit. Well, how about if I just kind of strap it on a bandolier and give it a similar feel, but don't make it so obvious and make it the big deal. On the boots, I don't know if I'm already past the boots here, but I kind of went. I used to wear these shoes called creepers back when I was a punker in the 90s, and I kind of loved that tapered tip on them, so I kind of gave it that. On the arm, I went ahead and I got rid of the gauntlet, because I thought, why does he have a gauntlet? The gauntlet just seems so out of place, and I'm like, you know what, if he's going to have something like that, I'm going to give him a bionic arm. So I just got rid of the gauntlet, replaced it with that bionic arm, so it's a little more, I don't know, functional. I don't even know what the gauntlet was for, honestly. I don't really understand this character. I just look at him and I see Space Pimp, so I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna go Space Pimp, I'm gonna go a little harder on the Space Pimp. So the goatee kind of gives him the bad boy, he's a pimp, so let's give him the bad look. Gave him a little earring. I don't think I've drawn it yet, but I maintained the sort of color that he had on the original design. Again, this isn't the hugest divergence from the original design that I've done. In fact, it's probably most similar to the original design. This could actually just be another playable skin on the character, but a playable skin that doesn't, I don't know, that character just, it spoke nothing to me gameplay wise. Why you have a character that's supposed to be like all mobile and everything, and you've got like this really tight zipped up or buttoned up whatever trench coat Are they trying to make him look like Neo from the Matrix? Neo, the space pimp? I don't know. I don't understand. It didn't look good to me at all. So again, with the vest, I tried to maintain a more sci-fi look. I gave him the high collar, which is why I got rid of the braids, because I'm like, you know what, this high collar is going to give him an interesting silhouette around the shoulder area, and that was initially why I had the braids, because I was like, you know, I wanted the silhouette to stand out a little bit more than the original character, because the original character has got the wide brim hat, it's got the sort of stiff shoulders, it's got a fairly decent silhouette, but I wanted to give it a little something else to pop. I gave him more, you know, sort of sci-fi belt, which ends up being a holster strap and everything. And then here I go in with the bionic arm. It is it's sort of a little bit clunky, so it's not like I think these guys are supposed to, like, they're not supposed to have the highest end of everything. They're sort of like the Reavers from Guardians of the Galaxy, or they're like the Guardians from the Guardians. I don't even know what exactly they were trying to rip off when they were creating this character, or creating the entire property. I bunched up his sleeves a little bit here because I thought it would give it a little more form in the silhouette. And just, you know, you don't want everything to just be smooth and basic unless that's what you're going for in a character. I want to have, like, interesting angles, and again, I want my eye to follow around and just see everything and have my eye be entertained as I'm going around the design of the character. And the same thing with the knee pads, right? I could have just put some little circular knee pads on here and, oh, hey, look, he's got knee pads. But no, I wanted them to be articulated, and I wanted each shape to be unique to itself. And again, with the boots, I know they kind of ended up looking like motorcycle boots, but that shape and then the big, thick, what do you call it, sole of the boot, that just harkens back to my days, you know, wearing kind of punk stuff. So, once again, going back with the other side here, I did give the ribbing on the pants, again, sort of that sci-fi Buck Rogers, I don't know how you want to call it. It's not even just because on these I gave it a little more padding and whatnot, so you could tell it's a texture as opposed to just the simple lines that I was doing on some of the other characters. Yeah, and then the way I color it too, you'll see those are padded out. So one or two of the other characters in this game already have that kind of motif. So again, I'm not trying to completely eviscerate the original designs. I want them to be reminiscent. I want them to basically look like skins you could play of the existing characters, not completely redesigned characters. And here we go with the silhouette. I think that's a pretty decent silhouette for a character. I hope you agree. Now, somebody in the Discord, by the way, Discord link is in the description. Please do join us there. Somebody in the Discord was asking me more specifically about my coloring and how I'm adding and deleting light. So like I said, the tone layer, I put everything into shadow. And then first, I scrape away where I think the direction of the light is going, right? So you can see I'm highlighting sort of a 3/4 angle view of the light as it's coming down. I'm doing a single light source because it's very simple. It's very readable. It gives the form and the shape of the coloring of the character, that is. And then you'll notice in a moment, or I kind of go in and I do this as I go, and then once after I'm done with all my lighting from the shade, I go back in and do it. But I will, after I do the lighting, again in full or in part, I will go back in with the shade again and create the drop shadows from the pieces that are higher above and blocking the light from the direction it's coming in. So like you can see, I'm waiting for it to happen. So, oh yeah, there you go. I'm doing it right now. I'm kind of, all these little pieces are popping out, so I will drop the drop shadows, and then sometimes I'll go back in and highlight like the edges, the ridges, so that it looks three-dimensional. Each of the pieces is three-dimensional. Each of the pieces either is casting a shadow or is having a shadow cast upon it, and that's what gives the shape form and I don't know, I guess form is the only real word I need to use there, but you can see I'm doing it all over the place, right? Like the collar is dropping the shadow, the hat drops the shadow over the face and over the collars, the folds drop their own shadows and cast their own shadows and have their own highlights. You know, I mean, you just have to look around and study reality. Study shadows. Study, you know, get a light bulb and change your direction, and you can see where your shadows cast and how they shape and whatnot. And when I go in with the tint thing, I'm really just sort of carving out the same sort of basic principle where what's the brightest point from the direction that the light is coming. And so I'm not shading, but I'm getting rid of the less highlighted areas, because you're creating a form or you're obviously, if you're doing this in gradations, you're going very soft from light to dark. But shadows that are cast, they cast, especially when you're like right next to the object that you're casting the shadow on, you cast a very drastic shadow. It goes dark to light like instantaneously, right? So you don't, but when you're forming a shadow like around a curve, then it goes from light to dark in stages. Now here I only have 3 stages: tint, tone, and hue. So I'm simplifying this coloring process, or this toning process, as it were. Now again, the most boring part of any coloring process, the flats, where I'm just cutting and pasting the different color areas so that I can color them each individually and make, you know, different choices in color schemes and whatnot. Obviously, I went once again with the old standby, and this is really easy to do on Procreate. When you're trying to select the complementary color, you just take the hue bar on Procreate and you just slide it all the way to like 90 degrees. You can kind of say it, because that'll be your exact complementary color from the center. I don't know if you can tell, but I kind of gave him a Han Solo glove here, because why not? I can do that. I gave him the purple lenses on the glasses, kind of bounce off his darker skin tone. Select this area out on the boots so that I can bring a little bit of that blue from the hat and the coat down into his feet as well. And again, the blues and the browns. So the browns is just a darker shade of orange. That tan is just a desaturated shade of orange. Desaturated shade of orange that's lightened. It's hard to say, but it's all in the scale of orange. And orange and blue are complementary colors. And then I go in and I just give those accents a little bit of punch with some red. It becomes the focal point, right? The red it's so outside of the desaturated blues and browns and even the gold. I have the desaturated gold there that I'm like, I want a bright saturated color, and I thought red would look really good. And then I just went in, I brought the purple down a little bit on a couple other little areas. And then here I go in with the desaturated layer of the silver to just give give spots here and there some of that neutral tone that doesn't detract from the color design I've already done, because it's just popping those little neutral areas around. I went ahead and I brought that red down into his legs, and I don't know, I think that really kind of pulled it together. When I put the red there on the legs, I thought that was cool. And then again with the neutral tone here, I just give him some gray on those boots, and I think it balances out. When I sit here and I play around, I select the colors. What do I want to do with that center blue? I just made it sort of another desaturated blue, because I don't want to fight with the red at this point. And then final touches, go in, hit those highlights on the metallic areas, to sort of set them apart from the material, the skin, the softer textures. And well, that's about it. Let's grab the original, put us side by side, see if you guys think I did a good job on redesigning JABALI here. JABALI, right? I think it's JABALI. And let me know what you think. Did I improve it, or did I just go sideways? I like my character better, but I'm a little bit biased. All right, let's cycle through a few skins here. You can check those out. Tell me which one you think is your favorite in the comments section below. Please do like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget that. I only have 3 more of these left to go. If you haven't watched all the other Concord videos, then by all means, please do. And leave comments on those too. If you have suggestions for other topics I can do after I'm done with the Concord series, then you know what to do. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks. This is Mike. We'll see you on the next video.